Do you like window managers? Are you a fan of keyboard-driven workflows? Then perhaps you, like me, have at least once run into a problem of not having enough keys to bind everything how you like it. Like when you want to launch Firefox with Super F, only to remember that Super F is already taken by your window full screen key, so then you think you can settle with something like Super Shift F, which happens to also be already taken by your window floating key, forcing you to resort to some less intuitive combination. I honestly don't know how common this problem really is, but I personally had it and eventually solved it by using key chords, or key sequences, similar to how Vim handles its bindings. This allowed me to group actions logically, like binding Super D plus F to Firefox, Super D plus D to Discord, and Super D plus S to Sound Mixer, keeping bindings intuitive without wasting a ton of precious home row real estate. But there is one problem with using keychords for desktop mapping. On most window managers and compositors, they are rarely implemented well, if implemented at all. Hyperlink submap syntax was pretty vomit-inducing already, and when I switched to Neri, I was disappointed to find out that it does not even support them at all. Which led me to search for some sort of solution, and after trying out various keymap daemons, all of which didn't work too well on Wayland or are very tricky to set up, I found an incredible project called WLR Witch Key. It basically looks and behaves like a similarly named NeoVim plugin, witchkey.nvim, except instead of just showing the next available key, it opens a little desktop pop-up window that handles a keychord for you. And I have to say that this solution is very elegant, because really, why bother with remapping keys on a system level and wrestle with your Wayland compositor when you can simply bind a key to open a normal foreground application and get some nice visual feedback as a bonus. Simply amazing. Configuring this thing is also pretty simple. It uses YAML files where you can customize its position, style, font, and map any key sequences, so the only thing you have to do yourself is to hook it up to your Wayland compositor. Which is why I decided to segue this video into a little Nix learning section, where we will make a custom function to generate witch key menus declaratively. Because all we have to do is make a Nix function that will generate a YAML file with our key bindings, then generate a shell script that will execute WLR Witch Key, passing it this file, and combine it all in one package. Which sounds a bit complicated, but bear with me, because in reality it's all super simple. To begin, we first need to convert our example YAML configuration to Nix, so just use Nix lists instead of YAML lists, Nix sets instead of YAML mappings, and don't forget to add some semicolons. Now we can use the YAML generator function to convert the entire thing to YAML, and then use the packages.writeText function to put the resulting string with YAML into a newly generated config.yaml file. Great, now we have an expression that creates a file, so all that's left to do is to pass it to WLR Witch Key in a custom script. To do it, we can use the write_shell_script bin function, which takes the name of the resulting script as the first argument and its content as the second one. Let's use the let and in syntax to bring our config file to the scope of this function, and then interpolate the config file into our script's content. Here we should also interpolate the WLR Witch Key binary itself, just so our script gets a dependency on it and does not require us to install it globally. Now we have basically built the package that wraps WLR Witch Key with our generated config file, so all that's left to do is to turn it into a function. A function that will take menu as an argument and then pass it to the config file with the inherit keyword. The function is now composed, so now we can finally open our Neri or Hyperland configuration file, be it a NixOS module, a home manager module, or a wrapper, doesn't matter, and bring our function to the scope with the let and in expression. And now, in places where before we had regular key bindings executing programs or scripts, we can instead call our function and generate menus inline. Just make sure to use the lib.getExe function to extract the actual menu executables from the packages generated with our function. Pretty cool, right? Want more examples? Check out the Vimjoyer.com website linked in the description. You'll find all the relevant links, examples, and commands there. And now, I'd like to thank all the amazing people that support the channel and keep it going. For all the amazing recent and monthly donations, they really mean the world to me. And as always, don't forget to check out our Discord server, leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed this video, or subscribe if you are feeling extra generous. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.